Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. So this week I want to talk to you about how you can access divine guidance. That's the guidance that's away from our normal thinking. So if you think about a problem in life, what happens is the mind encounters something that it's never encountered before. And then we recognize that we have a problem. The mind keeps telling us, I don't know how to give you the information you need to solve the problem or the challenge in front of you. But what we do often is we keep asking him, the mind, what should I do in this situation? He keeps saying, I don't know. So obviously we want to get to a place where we can access a higher form of intelligence, which I'm saying right now is divine guidance. And so how do we do that? Well, remember, there's only two places that you can ever have your attention. One of them is in your thinking, which is where most people spend their entire life. The other one is in the moment where life is actually happening. So if I'm here, I'm thinking about life. If I'm here in the moment, I'm actually experiencing life consciously. Now, of course, my body is always happening in the moment, and that's a great tool that I can use to ensure that I get to keep my attention here. So I can use my body, I can use my senses to bring my attention back. Because life is happening presently. It's always happening now. I know, cliched, but to the max, but it's always happening now. And I'm always happening now. So what I want to do is to bring my attention to where everything's happening, because life is happening now. And if I'm conscious of myself in life, then I'm with life. I'm not separate from life. I'm actually one with life. And because I'm one with life, it's always in harmony with me, and it always guides me because of the vibration I'm holding. It guides me and shows me how to make life for myself better. It's always doing that. It's never, ever not doing that. But if I have my attention in my brainwashed mind, I can't hear my divine guidance, but it's always coming at me, always. So what I've got to learn to do is to be where it's at, and it's always happening now. So of course, meditation is a technique to bring your attention to the moment, but you want to be consciously aware of being present as often as you can. And so during the day, 1,000 times a day, when you remember, and the more you remember, by the way, the observing part of you, which is what you're going to learn to access in a moment, will remind you to come back to the moment. So the more you practice this, the more you'll be able to do it. And when you live in the moment, you're able to say yes to the moment because you're one with it. So everything really gets better, as well as getting your divine guidance. So you have to start questioning, where am I sat right now? Where are my feet? Which parts of my body are touching something? What is my tongue doing, for example? Have you ever looked at your tongue? How is my elbow right now? Have you ever really considered having an elbow? Have you ever noticed how your elbow feels? Anything that's actually happening right now, can I really be conscious of myself breathing? What am I looking at? Have I ever really consciously looked at life in the moment? Or do I just see it and keep thinking up here? What am I smelling? What am I tasting? Now, you're not doing this to judge anything or change it. You're simply developing what's known of as an observer consciousness. You're observing yourself happening in the moment. Now, you'll become very much more aware of yourself and the way you are and the patterns that you play by doing this. But what will also happen, because you're disconnected from the brainwash, is divine guidance will come to you. So if you have a challenge, you pause the question, you ask the question, and then you get present, right? You don't keep thinking, what's the answer? What's the answer? Let's get present. What's the answer? What's the answer? Let's get present. No, you can't do that. You've just got to pause the question and then wait. You come to the moment and you wait. You use your body to bring your attention to the moment. The mind, because you're used to being there, will want to keep pulling you up. It wants attention all the time, but you learn to pull yourself back into the moment and you wait. And the divine guidance will either come as an inspired thought, and you'll know it's a new thought. It'll be something fresh. It'll be something that just drops in out of nowhere, and you'll know, that's the answer. Or So that's an inner, or you'll get a feeling that gives you the answer. That's an inner world answer to your question, or inner world divine guidance, or the outside world, because you're connected to life happening right now. The outside world will communicate with you. You might see a couple walking past talking about something. You might hear a snippet of their conversation, which will answer your question. You might see a sign on a billboard. You might see a wagon driving past with your answer. You might hear a song on the radio and then follow the lyrics that you know and get your answer that way. So the outside may communicate with you, or it may be inner guidance, but you must stay present. That's how you tap into your divine guidance. That's the way to do it. And this is something that you want to be doing all the time. Of course, as I said, meditation massively assists. So learning to meditate and doing it every day really helps, because you're training yourself to be present, and life really gets better. It's the greatest act of self-love I could ever recommend, meditation. But divine guidance comes, it's always with you. It's right there with you right now. The answers to your questions are right there right now, but you've got to come to where they are. So practice being here again and again and again. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this. I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.